Exactly 4 o'clock East African time. Good afternoon and a happy new month to you and your loved ones. We thank you so much for keeping it TV47, the home of untold stories. My name is George Maringa. Stand by to bring you the latest on what is making headlines from across the country and beyond right here on News Now. But first, the highlights. Among the top stories making headlines at this hour, a private citizen has filed a petition seeking to remove Chief Justice Martha Koome from office.
Act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judicial service. That one definitely clearly indicates that the CJ did not comply with the law.
Defense CS Aiden Duale has launched Peace Fund for Kenya Defense Forces operations.
I stand here before you today with a deep sense of pride as we inaugurate the National Peace Support Operations Fund, a transformative milestone for the Kenya Defense Forces in peace support operations.
Plus, President William Ruto has warned teachers who will be sending junior secondary school pupils home for lack of fees.
Tumetoa bilioni 7.5 pesa ya serikali kusomesha watoto wa JSS. Hakuna mtoto anahitajika kulipa fees yoyote.
Interact with us on X. I'm at George Maringa _ use the hashtag NewsNow. We thank you for choosing TV47 to inform you. To our top story, where a private citizen has filed a petition seeking to remove Chief Justice, Lady Justice Martha Koome from office. The petitioner, one Michael Kojo Otieno, claims that the Chief Justice failed to follow the law in appointing members of the Tax Appeal Tribunal. Kojo argues that the CJ was not transparent and diligent, adding that she discriminated against persons who had applied to be members of the board.
3 Gazette notices, 6285, 6286, and 6287, whereby members of the board who were appointed were 22. The other ambit is that she relied on a wrong provision of the law. And if you look at the judicial officers code of conduct, that is rule 35, states that a judicial officer shall exhibit respect to the rule of law, comply with law, avoid impropriety and appearance of impropriety, and act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judicial service. That one definitely clearly indicates that the CJ did not comply with the law. Those persons who had applied for those given positions and did not get the opportunity to be appointed, then definitely defeats the cause of justice. Hence, the cadre which has been placed, and this one was anchored in one of the rulings of the Supreme Court, whereby the judges unanimously indicated that the preamble of the Judicial Service Code of Conduct Ethics, based on Section 5.1 of the Public Officers Ethics Act, Number 4 of 2003, provides that the code is intended to establish standards of ethical conduct of judicial officers to be applied consistently with constitutional requirement. That is a legislation from Parliament. Hence, makes her unfit to hold public office.
Still on that, after the petitioner filed by Michael Kojo Otieno for removal of office for Chief Justice Martha Koome from office for allegedly failing to follow the law in appointing members of the Tax Appeal Court, a section of leaders from Meru County have dismissed the move. Rahim Dawood, who is Imenti North MP, and Meru Woman Representative Elizabeth Kailemia have said that the president's move to meet with Chief Justice Martha Koome to find a solution to the dispute between the government and the judiciary should not be used by opponents of the government to undermine the performance of the Chief Justice. The leaders have said they believe the petition to remove the Chief Justice from office is political.
I've just been informed of a petition to remove the Chief Justice for one or two things. I think the petition is misplaced, because the Chief Justice, I believe, is a stickler for the law, and I know her personally, and I believe she would not be doing anything wrong. If it is political, I think it should be removed, because we are going to aggravate the situation, because there are three arms of government. There is the judiciary, there is the legislature, and there is the executive. And I believe we should give each arm of government free to do what they think is right.
Chief Justice Martha Koome being taken to court for allegations which I believe are not even holding any water. I believe this is more of politics because the Chief Justice sat with our President to reason out together. As far as I know, we are 3 arms of government and they are independent arms of government. And actually we should not be fighting one another, we should be sitting down and reasoning together. And I think that's why our President, William Ruto, called for this meeting, so that we are in understanding. Much that we are supposed to be overseeing every arm. It's important, of course, that the judiciary are also looked, even when he said that they are corrupt. Some of them surely are corrupt. We are not saying all. It may be even 10% who are corrupt or 20%, but there are corrupt judges and magistrates in Kenya. And I think we all know that.
Now, residents in the red eye affected counties have been called upon to be extra vigilant. The highly contagious disease has been slowly spreading in Mombasa, Lamu and Malindi. Government spokesperson Isaac Mwaura has confirmed they have recorded 1 case in Kisii County and 3 others in Nairobi. Members of the public have been urged to continue washing their hands and maintain high hygiene levels, while those affected have been urged to self-isolate.
The government takes note of the outbreak of the red eye disease in the coastal region, specifically in the counties of Mombasa, Lamu and Malindi. Few cases have also been reported in other parts of the country, 1 in Kisii and 3 in Nairobi County. The disease is spread by touching eyes of infected persons or contaminated surfaces, then one touching their eyes. This disease, characterized by red, watery eyes, has been identified as a form of conjunctivitis, which is highly contagious, but generally not severe in nature. So it is contagious, but not severe. Please note that. It is therefore important to emphasize that these conditions are usually self-limiting and rarely causes long-term complications to the eye and therefore needs not to cause high alarm. So people should not panic because of that. Members of the public are therefore advised to frequently wash their hands and keep off touching their faces, disinfect high-touch surfaces, and don't share personal items like towels for those affected. I don't know how that would work in a homestead. They are self-advised to self-isolate to reduce spread. So don't use your towels. I think that, I don't know, should apply also to a husband and wife. Those with mild symptoms are advised to use a wet face towel over their eyes, and persons with severe symptoms, which include redness, discharge, swelling, and bleeding, should seek urgent medical attention.
We need to stay careful and be careful and also take care of ourselves and each other. Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale has launched Peace Support Operations Fund, which shall be critical in enabling the military deploy troops in peace support operations globally. The launch comes months after the cabinet, chaired by President Dr. William Ruto, approved the establishment of Peace Support Operations, that is PSOS Fund, in August last year to enable the Kenya Defence Forces forces, KDF, attain appropriate levels at the United Nations peacekeeping capability and help in maintenance of contingent-owned equipment and other assets during such operations. Following MP's approval of the Public Finance Management National Peace Support Operations Fund Regulations 2023, the Kenya Defence Forces would have its own dedicated fund kitty to support its raid operations.
This fund is tangible embodiment of our unwavering commitment to peace, both within our region and across the globe. In this context, our involvement in peace support operations across the continent and beyond has been both notable and transformative. However, in the recent past, our contribution has declined partly due to resource constraint. Therefore, the establishment of this fund is a decisive response to these challenges, ensuring our peacekeepers are well prepared, suitably equipped, ready and able to meet Kenya's obligation in the maintenance of international peace and security.
The days when the blue flag was a natural protection are long gone. Consequently, peacekeepers today operate in an environment where they themselves are targets of the belligerents. Therefore, this calls for better preparedness, trained and well-equipped peacekeepers with modern warfighting equipment.
Accountability will remain the bedrock of this fund. Every allocated shilling shall be utilized for the intended purpose, and that is supporting the various efforts of the Kenya Defence Forces participation in peacekeeping.
Now, the government has announced plans to take over and upgrade Gatundu Level 5 Hospital to a referral facility as it seeks to enhance health service provision. Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nakhumicha now says the ministry will collaborate with the Kiambu County government to fast-track the transition process. The upgrade will see the facility join the league of top health facilities in the country, including Moi, Ophaya and Kenyatta University referral hospitals, among others. On his spot, CS Moses Kuria said that the takeover was long overdue as it will restore sanity and streamline services at the facility. Nakhumicha was accompanied by his public service counterpart, Health PS Mary Murioki, Danish Ambassador Stephen Shoneman, MP Gabriel Kagombe, Novo Nordic Foundation heads Lars Rabien, among other officials.
So we are going to work with the leaders, the political class from this area, together with the governor, the members of parliament, and I'm sure we'll do some form of public participation so that the people of Gatundu agree that the national government runs it. In the meantime, it was being run by Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital. And for the record, that is our best referral hospital in the country. So you can imagine if it is under the tutelage of one of the best referral facility, then it is going to be one of the best facilities in this country.
I know we have a lot of issues to align there, but we must align them because we cannot have the KMTC working properly if the anchor institution is not working properly. So on that, I also commit to work together with you and with the county government to make sure that we have a smooth running and a smooth operation between the KMTC and the hospital.
So this thing of saying in the national government, this is county government, this is judiciary, this is legislature. If you really believe that you belong to county government, so you don't work with the national government, hata hewa nunua yako. But tunavuta hewa moja. Jameni, I want to plead with all of us that we really don't bring cheap, small politics. Nobody will die in the positions that we are in.
Narok County Governor Patrick Olentutu has asked contractors to finish their projects on time. Olentutu says that the county government will not commission any project that is not completed. Speaking at Eor Ekule Dispensary, where he opened a new maternity wing and commissioned 16 early child development classrooms, he said that his administration is committed to serve his people. Olentutu called on Narok residents to raise alarm whenever they find something fishy in the ongoing projects, so that the contractor can be warned early enough.
Viongozi wote wa Aldama, ningependa tu kuambia wakaaji wa Narok, kama kuna project yoyote ambayo mnaona haijakamilishwa vizuri, ni haki yako, ni wewe mwenyewe utuelezee, wakati sisi tunakuja kusumbuka ndio tujue ni gadi haijamalizika. Nimeshapeana onyo kwa contractors wote.
We shall be getting you more details a little bit later on. We apologize for that. Environmental experts in Kilifi have cautioned the public against using recycled plastic products, stating that they contain higher levels of toxic chemicals that are harmful to the body. Recent studies show that recycling process is causing more harm than good to the human body. Speaking to the media, Pwani University Associate Professor in the Department of Environmental Sciences, Professor Okeyo Bernards, explained that during the recycling process, some of the chemicals in the plastics changed to be even more harmful than they were in the previous plastic compound. He warned people against burning plastic waste in their residential areas, as it leads to the release of dangerous fumes into the air that are not safe for inhaling.
La muhimu sana ni yale ambayo madhara yale ambayo hatuyaoni na macho. Kwa mfano, plastics zina nguvu zake zinapoenda kuisha zinakuwa fragmented, zinaachana vipande vipande. Hayo vipande zingine ni makubwa, zingine ni madogo. Mengi yao ni madogo. Yale madogo yanaingia kwa hewa, yanaingia kwa maji, na pia yanaingia kwa mchanga. Miza jamii, tafadhali, kama uko na waste, takataka lolote ambayo iko na plastic, tafadhali usichome. Weka hii takataka ichukuliwe na watu wa municipal, wako na mahali ambapo watazichoma. Plastiki inaweza kuwa na madhara kwa wanaume kwa kupunguza nguvu zao za kiume. Tukaambia pia kwa wamama, plastiki inakuwa na uwezo wa kuingia kwa ile placenta kama mama ni mjamzito, na inakuwa transferred kutoka kwa mama hadi kwa mtoto, na ikifika kwa mtoto inakuwa na uwezo wa kuharibu ile akili ama kile kiwango cha kufikiria cha yule mtoto. So napata mtoto amezaliwa lakini tayari kiwango chake cha kufikiria kinakaa kiko chini sana. Na pia madhara mengine ya plastiki katika afya tunapata inaweza sababisha magonjwa ya moyo, magonjwa ya ini.
Fear is looming among farmers in Lari sub-county over the migration of butterflies that leads to drought. The farmers raised concerns to the Ministry of Agriculture, urging for the provision of pesticides to spray out butterflies before they go out of hand. According to James Ngugi and Esther Njoki, who are farmers in Kilale, expressed fear, saying that the experienced effects of drought brought about by armyworms which destroyed their crops. Isaac Mwangi Ngarasho, who is an environmental science teacher, differs with the farmers, and noting that during the migration, the butterflies come with benefits like enhancing crop pollination.
Changamoto ile inatokea kwa hizi butterflies zinakujaga wakati kuna mvua kubwa. Sasa zinakuja kama zinaenda east, alafu irudi pande ya west. Sasa hivyo vunana inaenda, lazima itakurudi. Na mazao ile inaanza hapa, inataka mayai, mwishowe inakuwa wadudu wanaoharibu mimea ile tunakuza kama mboga, spinach, sukuma wiki hivi.
Butterflies pia kama hapa naona zinakuja juu, tukiangalia kwa mashamba haya wa wenyeji wamekuwa wakilima, tunaona mboga zinatoa maua, na kwa hivyo butterflies zinachangia pia katika ile tunaita pollination ya mimea. And it's a good sign kwa sababu inaonyesha mazingira haya ni safi pia.
Now, in a bid to increase the surveillance of the Nairobi National Park, the Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife has received vehicles that have been donated by a German development agency, GIZ. The German ambassador to Kenya, Sebastian Groth, handed over the vehicles while pledging continued German support for Kenya's conservation efforts. The Cabinet Secretary for Tourism, Dr. Alfred Mutua, said that it was a symbol of the growing partnership between Kenya and Germany in promoting high-value tourism. He expressed his appreciation for the donation, emphasizing its crucial role in showcasing Kenya's natural beauty to esteemed visitors. The CS highlighted the significance of both vehicles in enhancing the efficiency of wildlife conservation efforts and ensuring a seamless experience for visitors.
Ningependa kusema ya kwamba tumefurahi sana kwa sababu serikali ya nchi ya Ujerumani wametupa zawadi ambayo ni gari ambazo tutaweza kuzitumia katika hali yetu ya utalii. Kuna gari ambayo wametupa ya kuweza kuwapeleka watalii. Sisi kama serikali wanaokuja hapa, pengine wawekezaji tofauti wanataka kuwekeza katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, na wapeleka mbuga za wanyama, tunaonyesha watu ambao wanataka kuchangia, kwa mfano katika hali ya kuwatunza wanyama, watupa fedha, tunawapeleka wanaona. Wametupa gari nyingine ambayo itatumika katika hali ya matumizi ya operations ya Kenya Wildlife Society, kuimarisha kwamba wanyama wako sawa liweze kwenda mbele. Mimi nashukuru sana serikali ya Ujerumani kwa uhusiano ambao tuko nao. Nashukuru pia maafisa wangu ambao waweza kuhusika kutoka PS, Director MD wa KWS na haswa hawa maafisa wa GTZ. Nataka kuambia wa Kenya hivi, sisi tuna bahati. Kuna nchi nyingi sana katika ulimwengu ambazo zingeomba tu zipate nukta, hata sio moja, nukta 0.01 ya ile baraka tunayo katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. Tuna wanyama, tuna milima, tuna mbuga, tuna bahari nzuri sana. Lakini hatujapata watu wa kutosha kuja hapa kusherekea na sisi na kutuachia fedha. Sisi mpango wetu kama Wizara ya Utalii na